Hey there friends, it's Carly. Welcome back to my channel, or hello if you're new here, and welcome to the moving vlog number 2. In today's video, we are doing some hardcore deep cleaning inside and outside of our cute little coastal cottage we've been renting here for the past 3 years before we hand back those keys and ensure that we get our full bond money. It is time to do some deep cleaning. So if you are ready for some hardcore cleaning motivation, grab yourself a cuppa and let's get into the video. Okay, to ensure that everything gets done and I don't miss anything, obviously we've got a lot on our plates at the moment, moving houses. I did come up with 2 lists, one for me and one for Dave, of jobs that we needed to do, and we started out with getting some outdoor work done. Dave was going around and doing the whippersnipping and then blowing away all of the grass, and then here I am mowing the lawn. We had quite a few busy weekends leading up to this one, so the grass, particularly out the back, had not been mown in quite some time and it was in desperate need of a go over. Obviously, after the back had been done, mowed, whippersnip and blown, the same process was repeated for out the front as well. I just didn't happen to record that. One of the things on my to-do list was use up the rest of my sugarcane mulch, which I did in one of the front gardens, and one of the things on Dave's to-do list was to get rid of the old Christmas lights around Mac's house and to chop down the dead trees that were in both the backyard and the front yard. While we're in the mood to get things done, cross things off the list, I went around and washed all of the outside windows and gave the house a little bit of a scrub as well. There were a few rust marks against one of the exterior walls where the handle of the shovel had been resting up against it, so Dave just got one of our old cloths and some gumption and was able to easily remove that, and our day today is done. So I am crossing some of the things off our to-do list. It is the next day, and while I do have some more outside jobs yet to do, I'm going to start off inside with wiping down all of the windows. So I've just sprayed this one with Windex and I've got some paper towel and I'm going to give it a good wipe down, and then I'm going to fill up a bucket of some warm water and tip in some lovely smelling Zoflora so that I can wipe down both sides of the blinds. This one in the living room and then also the one in our kitchen had a tendency to get quite dirty for some reason. The ones in the bedroom weren't too bad, but after using the Zoflora on all of the blinds, it really just not only left them nice and clean, but left the house smelling really good as well.
On a weary line, too scared to trust you and jump down. I'll keep my status quo up here.
Now we are back outside, and one of the first things on today's agenda is I'm going to zoom around and just decobweb the entire outside of the house. And then once again, I'm going to fill a bucket with some hot soapy water, and we are going to wash down the roof of the patio. I started doing this, but I don't know necessarily if Dave saw me struggling or if he was just dissatisfied with the job that I was doing, but he ended up taking over, which I was not complaining about. And then we also washed down the floor of the patio as well.
So hard to let go.
Next up, I started spraying down some weeds in between the pavers out the back with some natural weed killer. I didn't have much left of this, so once it had run out, I ended up using boiling water to just kill off some of the remaining weeds that were still struggling along a week after I'd sprayed. Moving forward in time, this was my final day of cleaning, and at this point we had fully moved out of the house. So this is all of the remaining cleaning that I needed to do prior to handing back the keys to the real estate. So the first thing I wanted to do was spray the oven, because you did need to leave this to sit for half an hour before wiping it out. I learned my lesson previous times, and I did make sure to wear a very solid mask while spraying it. However, this stuff is like just so hectic that it even managed to permeate through the mask. So basically, like, don't breathe during the spraying process is definitely my advice. We also had a fair few kitchen bits and bobs that we hadn't managed to take down to our new house at this point. So my first job after I sprayed the oven was to pack up the remainder of the kitchen so that I had a fully clean surface to be able to start doing some cleaning. Now that the kitchen is fully cleaned out of all our kitchen appliances and food, I'm going to fill up the sink with some boiling water and add in 2 capfuls of my coconut Zoflora. I'm so glad I discovered this and managed to get a big bottle because it smells so good. Coconut is honestly my favorite scent, and while I will go through and wipe out all of the cupboards and drawers, before I did that I wanted to vacuum them out to get out as many crumbs and dirt and dust and bits and pieces as possible, so that I had like a pretty good surface before I was going in with my cloth and getting that heaps dirty.
Just know things will never be the same, like strangers again. Like strangers again. I thought we'd never fall. Could have tried much.
I'm looking forward to basically everything about our new home, but honestly I think the kitchen is probably the biggest area that I am the most excited about. I am super blessed that Dave and I have been able to live in this cute little cottage for the last 3 years, and we both agreed that we're definitely going to miss it. But the kitchen in this place is quite small. It didn't have much storage And unfortunately, over the past couple of months of us living in here, we did develop a bit of a rodent population / problem. They were living underneath the house, and I'm quite suspicious that they also started maneuvering into the baseboards of the kitchen cabinets. And when I walked into the place to clean it today, I was sort of overwhelmed with a scent of rat urine. So that is definitely a big thing I am looking forward to saying goodbye to in the new house. Thankfully, we are on a slab, so there is no chance of rats living underneath our house, and just having everything new and crisp is just going to feel so good. So I've just wiped around some elements in the opening to the dishwasher, and I grabbed a Finish dishwashing cleaner tablet and I put that in there and put a cycle on so that can run through and clean out the whole dishwasher. And now that I have vacuumed out all of the cabinets, I'm going around with my cloth and my hot Zoflora water and I'm wiping them all out. So I'm wiping inside the cabinets, the front of the doors, the backs of the doors, all of the handles, and just really getting in and giving it a good wipe down.
Strangers again.
The oven has been sitting and percolating for at least a half an hour with all of its spray in there. So I'm going to get in now and start wiping things out. And it's honestly amazing and also kind of gross how dirty it was. And I pretty regularly sort of clean and keep up to date with my oven cleaning. But I went through at least half a roll, if not more, of paper towel. And that drip tray was probably the area that was the most disgusting. I am basically going in with like every sort of caustic and toxic cleaning product today, and I do normally try and have like a more natural cleaning sort of situation going on, but particularly with this final clean, I really just needed to get in and just have everything show up nice and sparkling. So yeah, we are using the heavy duty stuff today, and now that we are no longer living here, I don't feel bad about exposing all of the kind of rundown aspects of the place. And another one other than my little rat population is the toilet. The pipes in this house are incredibly old. We did have some of the ceramic pipes burst underneath the house earlier in the year, and that provided a fun experience for us. But because of all the old plumbing, the toilet and the sort of bottom area of the toilet bowl does start to get quite brown looking, and it looks like it's dirty, even though, you know, you keep up on all of the cleaning. It's honestly just from having those old pipes and sort of the water sitting there. So that's another thing that I'm sort of looking forward to moving away from, getting our fresh plumbing in our new house and not having a toilet that looks like I haven't cleaned it in a month, even though it's only been a couple of days. So kitchen is now done, and I am moving on to the bathroom. So I've cleaned the toilet. I've also cleaned down all of the walls in the toilet room. If you have a boy in the house, that is an absolute necessity. And now I'm going into the little bathroom area. So I have sprayed all of the exit mold in the shower, and I put a little bit in this vanity as well, because there's sometimes a bit of mold that sort of gathers around the sink area, the plug area in the vanity. So I'm just going to give this whole area a good wipe down, including all of the cupboards. And then after some time, I'm going to just go in and wash down the exit mold so that I'm not going into the shower area with all of the exit mold. One, I didn't want it to get on my clothes and bleach my clothes, but also I didn't want to be really exposed to the fumes either. And then another hardcore heavy duty cleaning product, I'm going in with my shower power and a scrubber, and I'm going to scrub down the entire shower and bath, and then use my squidgy on the inside of the glass just to dry that afterwards. My camera did cut out, so you won't see that bit, but it does happen, I promise you. And then the final thing that I'm going to do while I'm in the bathroom is on the outside of the glass, I'm going to use my Windex and paper towel to just give that a wipe down as well. This is another very interesting feature in this house, and I don't happen to show it, but for some reason they decided that this window in the bathroom that you can't see out of anyway deserves a curtain, like an actual frilly white curtain. We did pull it down as soon as we entered into this place because it was honestly just asking to get wet and get mold all over it, but prior to vacating, we did put the frilly curtain back up in its intended position. And then I got myself a little cube of magic eraser, and I'm just going to go around to the walls, and if I find any marks, I'm just going to scrub those off. There were also some sort of more near the ceiling that I got Dave to get a ladder and some gumption and a cloth and just get onto those as well. My sister also came up and gave me a little bit of a hand with the cleaning. So while I was in doing the bathroom, she was just going around and dusting down the windowsills and the skirting boards and just sweeping out the garden shed out the back. And then we both moved into the laundry and we were just scrubbing out the laundry sinks, wiping down the walls, and then I grabbed a wet microfiber cloth and this broom and just started getting some marks off the ceiling and some dead bugs that were on the ceiling as well. And then now most of the cleaning jobs are done, so I grabbed my big boy Dyson vacuum cleaner and just started going around, starting from the inside and working my way outside to the laundry and giving the whole house a really good vacuum. And then once the vacuuming was done, my only other job was to do the mopping. So in a second you'll see me going around and getting in with the mop as well. And after that, the house is clean, it is empty, and I can take back the keys. I hope you guys have enjoyed today's clean with me video. If you liked this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe down below. I upload new videos every single week and we have a whole heap more moving, decorating, cleaning, all the good vibes coming your way. I hope you have a fantastic rest of your week and I'll see you all in my next video. Bye guys.